Welcome learners. This is life skill course elementary statistics, classification and tabulation. The learning objective of this lecture is to introduce the concept classification of data, rules and types of classification, introduction to frequency distribution, tabulation of data, different types of tabulations. Also, we will discuss the various examples of classification. Introduction to classification. After collecting the data, if the data if we present the data as it is, it does not give any idea or insights of the problem under study. Therefore, the data should be presented in a systematic manner. Such arrangement is called classification and tabulation of data. After collecting the data, first we need to classify the data and then we tabulate the data. In classification, we arrange data into mutually exclusive groups on the basis of certain properties or certain criteria basing on the data collected. Let us define the classification of data. Arranging the data in groups or classes on the basis of properties is called a data classification. The main objectives of classification are to condense the raw data, to reveal the patterns, whether there is increasing pattern, decreasing pattern, constant pattern in the data we can observe by classifying the variables. To compare and find some facts between groups also we need to classify the data. Also, to establish relationships between groups of variables. To present the data in orderly form for further statistical analysis, we need to first classify the given data. Raw data will not give us any information regarding the characteristics of the data. The raw data, if it is in descriptive form, we cannot understand the descriptive data immediately. To understand the descriptive data, we need a lot of time. So, if we classify the data, we can easily draw conclusions from the data about the characteristics of the data. The first step in statistical analysis of classification of data is to classify the data, and we should follow some guidelines before starting classification. It should not be unambiguous. The classes should be rigid and clear. There should be exhaustiveness in the classification. Every classified data must be exhaustive in the sense that they should belong to one of the groups, one of the classes or categories. There should be stability in the data after classification. In order to facilitate effective comparisons of data, it is important that the classified data are stable. Some patterns should be adopted throughout the analysis. It should be suitable for the statistical analysis. It is crucial to remember the objective of the report or analysis while classifying the data. It must suit the purpose of the inquiry. It should be flexible. The classification should be in a flexible manner. It is important to classify data in a manner that it follows future modifications. Types of data. There are 4 types of classification. First one is chronological classification. Next one is geographical classification, qualitative classification, and quantitative classification. Let us look at these classifications one by one. If the classification is basing on the time, that is, the basis for classification of data is time, then that type of classification is called temporal or chronological classification. For example, we study the profit of a company over the years, population of a country over years, revenue generation by an organization over the months, etc. are the examples of chronological classification. Here the data is arranged in accordance with time. This time may be long period, short period, or arrangement of data in seasonal also. This is the example of chronological classification. Here the year and population were given. Population in crores. Year is from 2002 to 2010. The population is 25.8 crores in 2002. In 2003, 43.2, like that. In 2080, it is 80. 2010, it is 80 crores. Next classification is geographical classification. If the basis of the classification is geographical regions, then such classification is called spatial or geographical classification. Population density in different cities, sales of company in different regions of a city, rainfall statistics in different regions are the examples of geographical classification. Here also the sales of cars in various regions. Here we have taken 5 regions: Nellore, Vijayawada, Warangal, Karimnagar and Hyderabad. Sales of cars in Nellore is 1010. In Vijayawada it is 1300. In Warangal it is 1200. In Karimnagar is 1121. In Hyderabad above 6034 is the sales of cars. So this is the classification of cars in regions. Like that, this is the population density in 4 different states. In UP, it is 828 kilometers, 828 per square kilometer, and in AP it is 303 per square kilometer. Next classification is qualitative classification. If the classification basis is some attribute like honesty, kindness, gender, literacy, religion, occupation, etc., then that type of classification is called qualitative classification, which cannot be quantified, measured numerically. Then that type of classification is called qualitative classification. To classify qualitative data, we need to construct a frequency distribution. A frequency distribution represents various attributes observed in the data and number of times each attribute is repeated, which is also called a frequency. Here we have taken the satisfaction rating: very much satisfied, dissatisfied, neither satisfied nor dissatisfied, satisfied, very much satisfied. These are the 5 levels of satisfaction. The customer gets impression. The number of guests, 13 guests are very much dissatisfied, 12 guests are only dissatisfied, like that. This is the classification of satisfaction levels of guests visited a hotel or visited a guest house. Next type of classification is quantitative classification. The classification of data is based on some characteristic which can be measured, quantified, is quantitative classification. Here in statistical study we are using quantitative classification. We analyze quantitative data only. For example, the data like height, weight, distance, income, rainfall, yield, like that, every quantifiable quantitative data is quantitative classification. Statistics main focus is on quantitative classification only. Here number of children, number of families. 0 children in 15 families, 1 children in 34 families, 2 children in 76 families, like that 4 children in 10 families. Next, this is also a frequency distribution. Construction of frequency distribution is also an important aspect of statistical analysis, statistical grouping, statistical classification. One of the most common ways of grouping the data is through the use of frequency distribution. A frequency distribution divides data into several ordered non-overlapping classes or groups or categories. Raw data collected needs to be grouped together in a meaningful way. The number of observations in each class is known as frequency. A table which represents values or classes and their frequencies is called frequency distribution. Data arranged in accordance with the variable and the number of times the variable occurred. If we arrange the data variable and the occurrence of such variable is called a frequency distribution. We need to understand the process of converting data into a frequency distribution carefully. The following data represents number of accidents observed in a busy center of a city during 30 days, 1 month. Construct a frequency distribution to summarize the data. These are number of accidents per day. Here the number of accidents per day in a area, in a locality are given. These are the 30 observations. This is in raw form. We need to construct a frequency distribution for this data. The above data consists of 30 observations. Here we have 0 accidents, 1 accident, 2 accidents and maximum 3 accidents. These are the tally marks. 0 accidents occurred 20 times. We need to mark one tally mark. Like after 4 tally marks, we need to cut the 4 tally marks like this. We need to cut here. So 0 occurs 20 times. 1 accident occurs 6 times. 2 accidents occur 3 times. 3 accident occurs 1 time. This is a frequency distribution. Construction of frequency distribution. To construct a frequency distribution, the entire range of data can be divided into various subgroups. Each subgroup is known as a class. Each class can be represented by 2 values. In a class we have 2 values only. They are lower limit and upper limit, or lower boundary or upper boundary. Lower limit represent the smallest possible value of the class. Similarly, upper limit or upper boundary represent the largest possible value that class can take. The length of the class is called class interval or width of the class. It can be determined by calculating the difference between lower limit and the upper limit. The number of observations in each class is called the class frequency. This is the example of a continuous frequency distribution table. Here we have classes 10, 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70. In the first class 10 to 20, the frequency is 8. 20 to 30, 12. In the example, for example, the above frequency 10 to 20, 20 to 30 are the classes, and the 10, 20, 30 are the lower limits, and 20, 30, 40 are the upper limits of first, second and third classes respectively. The difference between upper limit and lower limit of the classes are called length of the class intervals. That is 20 minus 10 is 10 here. There may be unequal number of class intervals also. A table or a statistical table. Next concept is tabulation of data. A table or a statistical table is a systematic arrangement of data in columns and rows with a given predetermined and well decided objective. A row of a table represents the horizontal arrangement. Row is the horizontal arrangement, while a column is the vertical arrangement of the data. To explain the nature of information given in a table, its rows and columns are designed by approximate stubs or captions or headings or subheadings respectively. The presentation of data in a tabular form should be simple, planned, unambiguous and logical. There are some objectives of tabulation. The major objective of the tabulation are to simplify the complex data by avoiding unnecessary information. The data presented in the form of a table reveal the trend or pattern of the data which otherwise cannot be understood in a descriptive form of presentation. Tabulation facilitates quick comparison among its observations. It helps as a reference for future needs. To perform any statistical calculation, the data should be tabulated. There are basically two types of tables: reference tables or general purpose tables, and special purpose text tables or special purpose tables. Already seen, this is the examples of tabulation of data. Here is taken in the headings: country, inputs, exports, Nepal, Bangladesh, China, Singapore. We have given inputs and exports. We have already seen text tables are special purpose tables. Text tables are special type of tables. These tables are smaller in size and are prepared from the reference table. A table should contain table number, title of the table, head note, stubs, captions, main body of the table, footnote. This is the model table: subheadings, column head, captions, footnote, source note, like that. This is the complete structure of a table. Let us conclude our lecture. From this lecture, we learned that introduction to classification of data, rules and types of classification, construction of frequency distribution and tabulation, the objectives of tabulation, types of tables, examples. Thank you.